intro again.
God, don't. Please don't. You really gonna do this?
Well, him. It's our show. We do what we want.
Oh my god, no. Not another freaking wrestling podcast.
Yay!
Like I said, I don't give people like me. So either you love me or you don't.
I love you.
I love you too.
Cody Rhodes is hot dog water solidified.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Not Another Freaking Wrestling Podcast. The episode's so nice we had to start it thrice. I am your leader of the Mojo Dojo Casa House today, Will Diamond.
I'm no contest JD, and I'm just fucking everything up.
I'm Jake. Apparently I don't contribute. And I just recently exercised my carnage symbiote from last night, but alright.
And I'm the promoter of Clash at Carpet City, TY, and once again, I have no teeth.
No, you don't. And it's not that you don't contribute, Jake. It's that you just ran off as soon as I started to do the intro.
Needed something to drink.
We had a very exciting week so far in wrestling across the board, starting things off in the best brand in all the land, Impact Wrestling. We had Eric Young's triumphant return to television after quitting WWE after, like a couple weeks of working there?
I don't think he worked there. Well, I don't think he actually worked there. As far as I know, Vince McMahon came back almost immediately after he did, and he was like, nah, fuck this.
That's fair.
I mean, I think he made the right call, but he was in our main event against Nick Aldis. So I guess they're trying to dust back up their feud back when Eric Young won his first world title, which was honestly a horrible, horrible moment. But overall, I feel like they're in a little bit of a rebuild mode. They've got a weird feud with Heath and Alan Angels brewing over who can be more of a rock star. Johnny Swinger kicked Zicky Dice out of Impact Wrestling, but finally got his first ever win. That man's golden. They should put all the belts on Johnny Swinger. He comes out to the ring in like the little WrestleMania ring cart.
That's fantastic.
So Eric Young is not dead.
No, they acknowledged that in promo that
Okay.
he came back from the dead.
Okay.
And did he actually come back from the dead, or was he just never killed because it happened off screen?
No, it happened on screen.
Yeah, they killed him on screen.
You never saw him die, though.
I mean, you saw
You
him
didn't
get
actually see him
stabbed
get
a bunch.
stabbed. You didn't
Getting
see him get
stabbed a
stabbed.
lot typically means death.
You didn't see that it was him. It could have been anyone there.
There
That's
was
like that
only
gimmick.
two people in the room.
It was like that gimmick with llamas with hats. You know, I stabbed him 37 times in the chest. Carl, that kills people. Like,
Because I have named every car I've ever owned a variation of Carl because of those videos.
Well, we just showed our ages on that one, bringing up fucking llamas with hats. Jesus Christ. What are we going to do? Reference fucking salad fingers next?
Do the kids
God damn
not
it, I'm
remember
leaving.
llamas with hats and salad fingers?
Do what?
No, they don't. I can actually tell you
What?
this. We showed Becca's niece a few things, so.
What?
Well, fucking llamas with hats older than some people I know.
Llamas with Hats has like 30 fucking episodes now.
How old is it? It's not that old, is it?
Yeah, it's like
It's
15.
very old. That was an early YouTube video.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was, I mean, it wasn't E-Bomb's World or anything, but it was early
No, I
YouTube.
remember when that shit came out.
Dude, I
Because
remember-
that was either like right after or right before Charlie the Unicorn.
We're going on an adventure, Charlie. Charlie.
But back on
We're on a
track.
bridge, Charlie.
It's Candy Mountain.
Candy Mountain. Land of sweets and fun and goodness.
What is going on right now?
Can we just be a Candy Mountain podcast from now?
Okay, I'm done.
How about that Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view?
Oh, the
How
one
about
they
it?
put together like 2 days before the show?
Yeah, and it turned out to be gas like I knew it would be. Dalton Castle and Samoa Joey, quality time. Samoa Joey retained because of shenanigans. as he should. He needs to break Jay Lethal's record because Jay Lethal should not hold records.
He didn't go messing with a man's boys, did he?
Of course
You
he
don't
did.
go messing with a man's boys.
Of course he did. We
I'm gonna
had
put in an
a
application to
very
be one of Dalton Castle's boys.
very personally upsetting Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship title change. I was ready for the Lucha Brothers to lose it, but to Aussie Open,
Thought you liked Aussie Open.
I do like Aussie Open, but that doesn't mean that they should have won the Ring of Honor tag belts. Like, I get give them something and stick them in that void so they can just put on banger matches without like needing to do any real like major stories. But the best friends were right there.
I love Chuck Taylor, but come on, dude.
Chuck Taylor should be the AEW World Champion.
I want to see Chuck Taylor dripping in gold too. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie about that. I mean, I'd like to see it too, but
Chuck Taylor paved the way for everyone in indie wrestling right now.
that's a hell of a way to say Bryan Danielson's name wrong.
Wrong. Did Bryan Danielson ever have any just like catchy roll off the tongue chants like that? No, he had the one you're gonna get your fucking head kicked in. But Chuck Taylor had chance on chance.
Wait,
You're telling me Bryan Danielson has anything on "Let's go Chuck Taylor, you're the best wrestler in the world, you're in way better shape than Tyler Black"?
No, but he did make children cry. Chuck Taylor did.
Multiple children.
Yes,
I've made children cry. It's easy.
it is easy.
Well, hold on. Wait, though. I'm referencing something from before. So, apparently, according to a few of you, that Bret Hart was not as good as Bryan Danielson, but you're sitting there saying that Chuck Taylor's better than Bryan Danielson.
Oh, I'm not saying that he is.
Yeah.
I would say that Chuck Taylor is better than both, yes.
It's a strange universe you inhabit, Will.
Yeah, I don't agree with that one.
I'm sorry, did Bret Hart ever think of the invisible grenade spot? No, because he's a fucking doofus.
No, because he's a goddamn wrestling saint.
Not an innovator, not like Chucky T.
Oh no, he invented the sharpshooter. That was that's all I got for
But
you.
we finally got the showdown between Katsuyori Shibata and Daniel Garcia. Banger fucking match. Shibata in the pure division has been fucking delightful. And I think it's honestly the best place in wrestling for him right now. New Japan's a little too scary for him right now.
See, I would just book Shibata to eat people.
And he does.
I mean,
Daniel Garcia is way more entertaining than I ever expected him to be when he landed in AEW.
I knew he'd be destined for big things, but I thought of that lineup of signings around then. The one I thought would be achieving the biggest things right now has, I feel like, done the least, and that's Lee Moriarty.
Yeah. Well, see, it wasn't so much that I expected like big things out of him. I expected that, but like I didn't expect him to be this entertaining.
Oh no, Daniel Garcia is the future of that company.
Like he's become in a very short time, like extremely. He's gotten a lot of charisma and got way more comfortable with himself instead of just being I'm a big badass. He's like funny as fuck and can throw in some just crazy shit in there that just makes you go, wow, that dude can wrestle and fucking entertain me. Great.
I mean, if the first that comes to mind that's entertaining and wrestles like a son of a bitch like that, Kurt Angle. It's good.
Chad Gable.
It's good to have those elements like that.
Cody
too.
Fluffman.
God damn it, Will.
I don't know, Daniel Garcia, that's a funny way to pronounce Danhausen.
One day he'll wrestle again.
One day.
I honestly kind of hope he doesn't, but he still like works the company at least 10 more years and just never works again and just
Collects
proves that
paychecks.
he's the greatest wrestler in the game because he doesn't have to actually wrestle.
Exactly. You know, his end game is to get a talk show, like a network TV talk show.
I think it'll happen.
And I want to know why we're not funding this. Like, we could do it like Space Ghost, but it's just Danhausen.
I think it'll happen. I've seen weirder people get talk shows. Like I love him to death, but Danny Brown got a talk show and it was great. But if
Who's
Danny
that?
Brown can get one, I have faith that someone would be like, yeah, let's give Danhausen a season.
Well, who was that one fuck stick from Saturday Night Live that got one? The fucking the goober that always ruined every sketch he was in because he always looked right at the camera and like corpse.
Oh,
What?
Jimmy Fallon, the king of
Yeah.
fucking talk show now.
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
he's
him.
actually a great talk show host, though.
I hate Jimmy Fallon.
No. Jimmy Fallon sucks.
I don't like him for his interviews, but he's funny as hell at midnight.
That's a funny way to pronounce Conan O'Brien, but okay.
I mean, that's a funny way of saying Stephen Colbert.
All
I
right.
miss the old Colbert.
I'll give that one to you. I like Colbert.
We had the bastard pack after walking out on Blood and Guts, which we'll get to. That was a weird little match that I felt like I don't know about them just pivoting immediately from the Elite Feud to Death Triangle for Blackpool Combat Club. But it was a good match. I mean, you know you're going to get something good out of Claudio, and you know you're going to get something good out of Pac. So for a 2 days before the pay-per-view being built up and announced, it was an overall good match. But the real star of the show was the main event with Athena and Willow Nightingale for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Also,
Oh, that match fucked.
the first time the Ring of Honor Women's Championship has main evented a pay-per-view. Which the Ring of Honor commentary team loves to try to be like, oh, the history of the women's division in this championship. There is not a fucking history there in Ring of Honor.
The history dates back to not Roxanne Perez, so
Exactly. And even before that, it was like here was two failed attempts at a women's division with really, like, I'm sorry, but do we need Angelina Love at the pinnacle of a women's division?
Gross.
Gross.
No, I apologize. I just farted. It smells bad.
It's funny that you fart right after somebody mentions Angelina Rose. Burp.
But now we've got the new Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. We got Willow back with some gold. As she should be. She needs to just be perpetually holding championships.
All right.
Wow.
Why
Why?
not? Willow Nightingale is delightful.
She is delightful. I understand. I think she got lucky in life to where she's at when she won that the NJPW. What championship am I thinking? Just the women's championship?
The Strong Women's Championship.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Will. I legitimately got lost there, but I think it was just a touch of luck. Good for her, though. I hope she gets more paid bookings, and I hope she continues on her progress. I'm a big fan, but I just want to see it go better and better and better for her.
And I feel like she's hit that point where it has been getting better and better because I thought she is a great contender level challenger, but when she ended up with the Strong Women's Championship, she didn't have a long reign, but did manage to have a few string of really solid title defenses there.
Yeah.
Before dropping it to Julia. And now I have no doubt that she'll do good with the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Had a really good feud with Athena. I'm hoping they bump Athena up to, if anything, they need to put the either Women's World title or the TBS Championship on Athena. She was the MVP of Ring of Honor since they've started it back up.
I won't argue with that at all. I think she's done tremendous work there.
She's the way she has made so many people feel like legitimate contenders and granted, Ring of Honor's women's division is not the deepest, But the people that are there, Athena did a really good job at building up. Like I thought her feud with Kira Hogan was absolutely fantastic.
But I think it's gonna get there. Just give it some time and just give it.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah,
'Cause the women's division as a whole really needs a reboot. I think ever since they signed Soraya, the booking was never the strongest, but it just seems like it's nosedived so hard.
yeah. I kind of figured with that signing too. Like, I was kind of hoping for the best for it, but I kind of had that same feeling too that it wasn't gonna really do as well as I would have hoped.
I was hopeful. I was very optimistic about it at first, and even at first I kept being like, well, let's see the whole wrestling fan adage of well, wait for it to play out, and I kept waiting. And
That's the problem. You keep waiting and waiting and waiting and no progress, and then especially with the fans nowadays, they easily give up.
well, it's just there's so much wrestling out there that it feels like you don't have the luxury as much anymore to drip feed that, because if I'm bored of wrestling show A, there is B through Z that I can go watch right now. And at any given moment on one of these shows, something crazy will be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just a testament to society now. It's all instant gratification now. No one has time. They want their shit and they want it now. It's like, no, let us tell you the story, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, that's another
Yes,
problem.
but also tell it a little bit quicker, because there's no reason it should have taken this long to. Like AEW's women's division has definitely been on ice since Tony Storm won the belt back, because it's just been stuck in a loop of they're not actually building up anyone for her. They're just kind of holding it until Jamie Hayter comes back from injury.
Let me ask you this, Will. Is there any kind of homegrown talent at AEW?
Welcome to Not Another Freaking Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Shane Daniels, and the earth is not flat, contrary to popular belief.
And I'm your host, Will Diamond.
And I'm No Contest JD. And also, people aren't eating children on pizzas.
speak for
This
yourself.
intro's a lot more political. I like mine better.
Yeah, that was rough.
Did you get stuck in traffic, Shane?
Yeah, I was in space.
Oh. So you made it past the firmament?
Yeah, I did, and you took my advice, which is good. Oh, not so Hitler TY is here.
With new teeth.
New teeth.
Wait, what
I
advice
love it.
No,
did
he
I
doesn't
take?
actually have new teeth. He's lying.
How do you get new teeth?
He did.
A lot of money and a good doctor.
What would I miss?
We're talking
you
about
missed-
the AEW women's division
And you
Oh,
also
that's
missed these
trash.
nuts.
and how it's basically just frozen while we wait on Jamie Hayter to return. And then Tyler asked, do we have any homegrown talent? To which I say, yes, we've got a couple.
So, but look, even if we do get Jamie Hayter back, it's still trash because they aren't booking it worth a fuck. Like,
Did you
Britt
watch
Baker had
Collision
a-
last night?
I didn't watch it last night.
Fucking what's her face came back.
We'll get to Collision because we still have to cover the episode of Dynamite. We just basically wrapped up Death Before Dishonor.
So
I
like
didn't watch it.
last week when they did Blood and Guts though, you got Britt Baker in a 60-second match because they just wanted to have a women's match on television. That's fucking insulting.
And
That's
also,
easy money
like,
for her.
if you're gonna give someone, here's your 60 seconds, I'm sorry, but Britt Baker is not the one. And she's very clearly working hurt. And they need to just let her go home and heal, because it's dragging down her match quality, because I don't think she's the greatest, but she improved a lot in the last little stretch of her title run and what she's done since losing the belt. But those last several matches, it feels very obvious that something's got to be nagging
Yeah,
at
that
her injury
that
wise.
match she had with Valkyrie or whatever was fucking rough.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It was just Valkyrie trying to guide her to something.
Yeah,
That's
they.
Why do you not just strap a rocket to tie a Valkyrie?
There's
Because you don't know
like-
how to book your division.
She's proven multiple times over that if you put the spotlight on her, you can build the division around her. And they're desperately looking for someone to build the division around right now. And I mean, shit, she's right there. She carried AAA's women's scene. She carried Impact's women's scene for over a year. She created the women's division for MLW.
I think Tony Storm's doing a good job.
I think she's putting on good matches, but my only problem is no one's been built up as a challenger really, other than Sky Blue. But Sky Blue is very obviously a go get pinned, kid.
Which is what most of theirs are. They don't know how to book that division, and I don't understand it because they have all the talent in the world, but they're just like very much lacking in building their stars up.
Yeah, and it's very disappointing because honestly, I kind of want them to just scrap Rampage and rebrand it as like a women's division focused show.
That's not a bad idea, but let's be real. And I love women's wrestling. Don't get me wrong, I really do. What it boils down to is, are they going to be drawn? I
mean,
love
they-
women's wrestling. I
They
do.
may have if they would have been able to keep Jade around.
Yeah.
I think Jade will be back. I think they're just
I
stirring
don't
shit
know.
up to make
I
headlines.
don't- I'm not sold on it.
She's with a professional baseball player. Why would she come back? She doesn't
Oh,
need the money.
Who's she with?
I don't remember exactly.
She never needed the money.
I'm think about that. I mean, if she's married to a baseball player, I mean, if he's in the major league level, yeah, he's getting dough.
At least like $8.
Yeah.
$8 an hour. I mean, that's more than minimum wage.
I mean, if you got $8, you're making more than The Rock had in his pocket.
Exactly, and he will tell you he only had 7.
Come, brother, let me tell you the story of a glass of Terramana.
I lived in Nashville. I looked like a fucking grown ass man. I only had $7 in my pocket.
She is married to retired baseball player Brandon Phillips, who's a former Atlanta Brave. So there we go.
So she doesn't need money, is what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Brandon Phillips was a fucking good ball player. So he made a lot of money.
Yeah, but no one goes into wrestling to make money.
Bullshit.
Like, yes,
Man,
you can
this
make
is a
money, but
fucking
no one
baseball-
is like, I'm gonna become a multi-millionaire.
That's
I'm a
the-
pro wrestler.
Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior, shitheads.
The
I
Rock.
guarantee you they ain't got
No, he was
shit
good.
anymore.
He was fucking great. Anybody else am I missing it who came in it with?
What do you mean not The Rock? I mean, he tried to be a football player like 30 times.
I mean,
Hey,
Brock
you-
Lesnar.
Yes.
That's okay. That's
Roman
enough.
Reigns, football player. Baron Corbin, football player.
Did they?
All right, Kurt Angle definitely came for the money because he wasn't making shit on the Olympics. Same thing with Gable Steveson. He wasn't making shit on the Olympics, so he went to NXT.
Well, Gabe Stevenson's a pussy. He could go to the UFC and do well, but he doesn't want to fucking try.
Mongo.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Fucking
It's not-
Mongo.
Fucking Mongo.
I'll bless his heart, by the way. My thoughts and prayers with Mongo as he's battling ALS right now.
Poor fella.
Yeah, he looks rough.
Yeah, it's bad.
Fellas,
Bet
how do we
Logan
feel
Paul's there
about
for the fucking money.
the
Yeah.
payoff with MJF and Adam Cole?
The payoff last night or in the
Yeah.
long run?
Of at least last night's with the tournament.
I liked that match. I watched the whole match. I thought it was really good. MJF taking the bullet for Adam Cole there at the end was a nice little touch.
Yeah, it was It was interesting.
It's the most selfless thing I think we've seen him do on screen.
I still think Adam's going to be the one to turn on MJF.
Yeah, that's what I said to my son.
That's what I'm
I think
thinking.
Adam's going to be the one that turns on him.
Especially with MJF being willing to bite the bullet like that, Adam's being the one to turn. I think Adam will turn.
We're getting a
match.
Kingdom reunion, like full scale.
You think so?
Why else would you drag them up randomly for Rampage? You have
true.
to remind people.
Let's move on to SmackDown though before we talk about that.
Why?
No.
Because SmackDown is fun.
So was Ray actually hurt, or was that shit at work?
Nah, it was shoot.
Yeah. He's fucking hurt.
They stopped it during commercial.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, because I was really looking forward to that Ray United States champion versus Dom North American champion battle of the continents.
Excuse me.
Do we need that though?
Dom needs that.
Yeah.
He don't.
Dom does. Yes. Dom doesn't need his daddy.
Dom, the last thing Dom needs right now is more Rey Mysterio feud.
Yep.
I don't think we'll get a Rey Mysterio feud until WrestleMania with Dom.
No.
You don't think we'll get it
young
there?
man as far away from his father as you can.
He just
I'm just hoping
spent
he retires
a year
it.
straight doing it. Like, stop.
Yeah,
There's
we get
other
it.
You have other coworkers.
We get it. It's
Mysterio's
Mysterio's kid.
I'm gonna remember that next time I want to fight one of my coworkers. I have other coworkers. Like,
just
I
watch
could
Shane
beat the
like
shit out
package
of
pile
this one,
driving
but I
people.
got more.
You just see Shane in the office just package pile driving fucking people.
Taking brooms and beating them over the fucking head.
Nah, that's Renga's gimmick.
He'll let
Yeah.
me borrow it.
A broom?
Yeah. He used to do that shit at TWE all the time. He'd go back to that one closet and he'd get a fucking broom and he'd bring it to the fucking ring and the ref would take it from him and get rid of it. And while the ref was distracted, he'd cheat. It was amazing.
Every time.
One time he found a mop and everyone in the back was like pissing themselves laughing about it.
It'd been even funnier if he would just fought the fucking broom in the middle of the match.
He could have, and it would have been excellent.
It'd been better than what most people have put on.
So have they justified yet why Pete Dunne's not world champion?
No, that's
Oh,
still
it was
that's
terrible television.
They also haven't justified why his name is Butch.
Thank you.
They also haven't justified why LA Knight is still fucking with fucking Hit Row.
They're
Why
waiting for
not?
the LA Knight push. If they push him right now, they're manufacturing a Daniel Bryan like push. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
It's very obvious that they're like doing the whole, management's not pushing him. Management's not giving you what you want. That's what they're about to engineer with him, and it's just.
I love what Baron.
I don't
Corbin-
think
not Baron
LA
Corbin,
Knight's
but-
the right guy for a Bryan Danielson push though. Like,
That's
That's
exactly what it is, though. It's the whole management isn't pushing who you want, even though you think they're about to push them. Like, it's the same thing they did with Bryan Danielson. It's just that back then they were saying it instead on screen instead of like and actually doing it behind the scenes. Now they're not doing it behind the scenes. They're just trying to make it look like they're doing it behind the scenes.
They're mentioning it because Wade Barrett was like, "Yeah, this is the yeah movement," and I was like, "What the fuck? You have all these people that are writers and fucking marketing people, and the best thing you could come up with was the yeah movement."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
I'm waiting for him to bring back Dummy.
Oh my God, dummy.
Because Dummy, that will be the day that he truly runs that company. Because once he introduces Dummy to that audience, it's over.
Yeah, Jericho did it first though with Stupid Idiot.
No,
Well,
but
they weren't
Dummy,
chanting Stupid
is
Idiot.
very.
They kind of were. There was
Different.
chance out there.
Not like dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dummy.
Yeah.
You know, part of the reason that I've been beating this shit out of the fucking kids at at the TWE training school is over that fucking thing.
Because
They
you're a
all fucking
fucking
do it.
bully. Yeah.
Because you're a bully.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just taking advantage of fucking Monday nights. That's what you're doing.
Oh, shit.
Your Monday night.
Just you wait till Mr. Monday Night gets his paws back on you, bitch.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
On the main roster. We have
Wow.
really
Oh,
went
you're
off the rails there, host.
We're fine. We're having a good
blame-
time here.
Jake.
What?
I blame Jake for us getting off the rails.
Blaming
Oh,
Jay.
I listen to
You
guys
always
in a
blame me
go-go.
for people getting off.
Look, I listen to guys in a go-go. Both of you go off the rails pretty bad.
I don't
I heard
even
your All
remember
Japan
this
conversation at the end of
episode
that.
Gaijin a Go-Go.
But that's what this show's all about. Both the Gaijin a Go-Go and Not Another Freaking Wrestling. That's what we do. We go off the rails. We have a good time here.
You know who
Your
else
new
has a
teeth
good
have
time?
gave you a new attitude.
AR Fox and Mogul Embassies. How about that shit?
I
About
like.
Here for heel.
I'm
play.
all about that.
I'm for it. Yeah.
I'm all about porn star
Yeah.
fucking AR Fox and the fucking embassy. Go for it.
Well, let's not talk about porn star and AR Fox at the same time, can we? Can we like kind of get away from that?
It's on the internet, and the internet doesn't forget. Fuck you.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but I love AR Fox.
Yeah.
Just
That was a great match between him and Orange Cassidy.
Great match.
I thought it was great.
I don't know who's gonna beat Orange anymore. I still want it to be Roosh.
I just wanted to be anybody.
Yeah. I'm
Now,
sick of
at
that
this
fucking
point,
guy.
it's been built up too neatly that it has to be the right person, otherwise it devalues the whole thing.
Speaking of all that, that ladder match last night was fucking a banger.
Dude, Buddy getting his shoulder popped back in like 5 minutes in and then just going like he didn't just dislocate his shoulder. That
That's
man
because-
is so criminally slept on.
Yo, yeah, dude, that took some guts.
Well, and
Yeah.
also too, you should know he slept on after the match he had with Roman.
Mm-hmm.
That match
That
right
was an
there between him and
insane match.
Roman, that should have been somebody's fucking sign to go. We need to make this guy a fucking star.
yeah.
Because he has all the tools. He can talk. He
He
looks
looks
like
good.
$1 million fucking bucks. He wrestles like $1 billion fucking bucks. Like, put him in there with all your workhorses. My ultimate dream is I want to see him get 30 minutes with Speedball.
Ah, shit. Sign me up. That's awesome.
I'd like to see him go against my second favorite wrestler now, Gravity.
Dude, how
Oh, that-
about my boy making network television? He is, for those that don't know much about Gravity, Gravity is Bandito's little brother. He is one of the best prospects in Mexico right now, has been tearing it up in Big Lucha in Bandito's faction Golden Guns with them, Commander, and Ray Horace. But I honestly think
I
that,
wish he would have got a little more time last night with Joe.
yeah,
I don't think him wrestling Joe last night made any sense. Isn't he in the tournament for Joe's title?
He is.
Then why would
wait, are
they
they
put that
running
on?
another tournament? Did I miss that?
Why would they put that on free television?
I don't know. That's a
Just
Tony
that-
Khan
Gravity's
looking question.
Was that Gravity's first match on television?
No,
No, he's been on Ring of Honor, right?
no, he was
had a
just on
couple
Wednesday.
outings in Ring of Honor,
Oh, was
and
he?
then
Okay.
he wrestled Pac on Dynamite.
Oh,
in the
yeah, you're
opener.
right. You're right.
Okay,
Forgot
Good
about
amount of time.
So yeah,
Because
that's
Pac and them did the whole, I'm the, you call yourself Gravity, but I'm the one Gravity forgot or some bullshit.
I think that
Um,
Gravity's gonna get a deal. I think that was his full like, all right, here's a tryout, and if they're smart, they will run yet another brother tag team and run Bandito and Gravity for a minute. Or bonus points if you add in Commander and do Golden Guns as a trio.
Hey,
I'm
they
just
get-
happy. I'm just happy that the Samoa Joe trope of moving out of the way and people dive on him has continued this long.
He stole
Yeah.
that shit from Dynamite Kid, though.
That'll never stop. And
It just never gets old for me.
no,
It
not
doesn't.
Ever. But that's because Samoa Joe is the best. Which,
And
speaking
his
of our dear old
his little
Samoa
slow motion
Joey,
walk was great.
dude, Gravity's slow-mo walk is so hard. I
Yeah,
knew
but Joe
people would
mocking
eat
him
that
with it
up.
was even better.
Which, speaking of our near dear Samoa Joey, how about him as Sweet Tooth in Twisted Metal? Have y'all gotten a chance to watch that yet?
I am 4 episodes in. I can say I love the show. I love the soundtrack.
Yeah, I'm on
so
episode
far.
5 now, and I've enjoyed the hell out of it myself.
I'm on, I think, 8 or 9 now. I think 9. And it's delightful. It's very Twisted Metal 1 through 3. And I feel like a lot of people forget how goofy Twisted Metal used to be because they just remember like the tonal shift from Twisted Metal Black. But it's very silly. Samoa Joe doesn't actually have lines, but he be physically wiggling around.
So does this mean we're gonna get a Vigilante 8 TV show later? Because I like Vigilante 8 more than Twisted Metal.
No, because no one even remembers Vigilante 8.
Yeah, I'm with Will. Like completely forgot about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah. I
Cell
totally
damage
forgot about
was
it
better.
too.
Gross.
Speaking
Jake,
of,
gross.
of car wrecks, fucking Darby Allin and fucking
Ugh.
Suzuki beating the fuck out of each other. Well,
That was
kinda.
goofy shit. He was beating the fuck out of Darby.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucking was. And I'm just like, man, you can hit a little harder. I thought he broke his fucking neck when he fucking dived out of the ring and just ate shit on the floor.
Hell,
Give it
every time
time.
I see Darby Allin wrestle, I think he's breaks something.
Give it time.
I told
Prepare for
I
himself.
told my son, I was like, man, this is the new fucking Jeff Hardy, just not
Yeah.
with all the DUIs.
I'll give it time. Give it time.
Well, no, he traded the drug addiction stuff into being an abuser.
Damn. It was a fun match, I guess.
But
I just-
overall, I mean, Suzuki will always be fun, and I like that Suzuki will guarantee that you will never rob him of the Kaze Ninari pop ever again. Like, that man will just bullshit on the apron for like a solid 15 seconds because he's like, oh fuck, I walked too fast.
Hate it
I
when
will,
that.
I will say though, the trios match last night was fucking delightful.
Man,
You
Action
didn't like
Andretti
it?
is such a MLW looking ass motherfucker.
Wow, I figured you would eat that up.
Action Andretti? No. I was hopeful at first, but now that I've been seeing him in Ring of Honor just be the Dante Martin substitute,
No, he's
It's-
for real though. When Action showed up the first fucking time, I remember Will was over the moon about that kid, and then it's jarring to hear him be like, meh.
yeah, because it's like, it's very one trick pony. Like, he had a great debut, but then nothing has really expanded, and he sounds really dorky on the mic. And it's just like, you are aggressively mid card.
Aggressively
Wow.
average.
Fucking average white guy, fucking Roderick Strong vibes.
No, Action Andretti is the most average white guy on the fucking roster, and they employ Tracy Williams.
God
That's,
damn.
that's a unique way of saying Dolph Ziggler's name wrong.
No, he's basically little Dolph Ziggler. Because Dolph Ziggler is as generic of a wrestler as you can fucking get.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
I'm a rock star. I love Shawn Michaels. I job a lot. Look at this.
And he bumps like Mr. Perfect. Like,
I'm pretty sure-
Like, he's literally every fucking wrestler wrapped into one really shitty sandwich.
I'm pretty sure he's had sunny days too.
Yeah, he has. But hey, question.
El Hijo del Vikingo, though.
There's something I'm seeing here, Will, and I need you to explain it.
What?
In the background, you have a Garfield plushie.
Oh, that thing
Damn
rolls.
fucking straight I do. It's a
It
unit
rolls.
of a Garfield too.
Are you? That's fucking weird because yeah.
What's so weird about it?
Well, you know, the fucking Smarks, when they sent that invoice, one of the items was fucking Garfield plushies.
Oh.
So, no, that is a good point.
I mean, they
Will.
have good taste.
Do they?
Yeah, I also
That's funny.
collect
I didn't know
Garfield
you were such a
plushies.
fan of Garfield.
Yeah, I love
Hey.
that cat.
You even have a plushie.
Mm.
I have
Is it a
multiple.
vintage
That's
plushie?
just the
Yeah, is
only
it
one.
vintage?
It is.
Oh,
That's
interesting.
weird, man. Anyways, what about that CM Punk announcement, the real world champion?
Oh, I don't even want to talk
Goofy.
about this. Turn my
He's
mic
so-
off.
You know what you know what's better spent talking about? Jerry Lynn on television.
Hell yeah.
I'm so upset.
Uncle
Everyone was like,
Jerry.
oh yeah, RVD is gonna come in. I was so wrapped up in the moment. I was like, fuck yeah, Jerry Lynn's gonna wrestle. Let's go.
Jerry
Jerry.
Jerry Lynn's the goddamn greatest wrestler in the world.
Father Jerry.
He doesn't get the fucking credit he deserves. I
Mm-mm.
love that man. I've had the pleasure of doing shows with that man. He's a great person.
That's got to be one of the very few dudes in wrestling that no one has anything bad to say about.
There's not a single word that I could come up with. I mean, if he was the fucking killing old lady, I'd be like, he's still the greatest person in the world.
But that old lady was probably doing some fuck shit.
Yeah, she was probably
Exactly.
doing some fuck
Probably a
shit.
bitch.
And Jerry Lynn was fucking defending himself. You
They
can't.
probably saved lives killing that old lady.
Yeah,
Jerry Lynn's a fucking hero for murdering that grandma.
exactly. There's not many people in this world that could kill somebody in front of you and you still think, oh, well, they're a good person.
I would literally still go,
Super Metal
Well,
Head.
since we're skipping the part JD wants to talk about
Good.
the women's division, Kira Hogan and
Mercedes Martinez.
God damn,
Man,
that's a lot of fucking words.
it's literally 4.
Shut up.
A lot of syllables, Shane.
Yeah.
That's the word you were looking for.
Yeah, syllables, because I'm medicated.
But overall, solid match. It was about what I expected, which was very much a let's feed someone Kira Hogan so they can get a title shot. Which, goddamn, dude, stop doing Kira Hogan dirty.
She was my tag partner once.
Hell yeah.
Really?
Yes, it was me and Kira Hogan versus Murder One and Priscilla Kelly. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be fun.
That
Oh,
is the
GG.
most Atlanta matchup ever.
Ever? Yes, it was. And it was in a fucking, on a Harley Davidson place
Was this,
outside of Atlanta.
when was this? Late 2010s?
Yes.
Yep, that is the most late 2010s Atlanta fucking intergender tag lineup you could ever book.
And you know
Was
it's
it platinum?
No, it was just a fucking
What,
random
platinum?
spot show.
Huh.
And I
Drew?
bet Shane Daniels drew.
Yeah.
Well, of course
even
it
won-
did.
I even won a fucking costume contest too.
Oh, it was that fucking show. The one where you had the fucking devil horns. and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
name
yeah.
and shit.
Oh,
Fuck
that
yeah.
was fun.
Monstrosity shit.
Oh, I thought that was Six Flags, but okay.
No, I didn't never get to do a Six Flags show. I tried so hard.
That was Drew's gimmick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, I'll get you on there. And then they stopped doing them. And I was like, oh.
Because they couldn't afford to add the Carpet City draw to their budget, so they had to fold.
That's exactly
It was either, do we book a wrestling show or do we book just Shane and he just cuts a 3-hour promo?
It's literally Six Flags now. They have money.
Well, they'd have to make it 7 flags. You'd be the 7th flag.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm the seventh pillar of Atlanta.
7 flags, Shane Daniels.
Got it. Dave Meltzer show up and just start adding flags.
Yeah, he was like, this is a 7 flag.
And it didn't even happen at the Tokyo Dome. Fuck's sake.
This is what a 7-flag match looks like, people. Get used to it.
He says on a audio medium.
Yeah, I can't wait until, Taxmania fucking 5 when we're having a seventh flag on a pole match.
No, it's a best
Oh,
of 7 series, but they're flag matches.
And the goal is it's a fucking like British style rounds match, but
Yes!
you have to pull the fucking
but
flags
also
off
a flag
to the
match.
point. Yes.
I'm calling Martin Stone right now. Hey, what are you doing?
Marty.
Gonna have British rules 7 flag match, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?"
He's
Why
gonna
are
block
you?
your
Why are
number.
you calling me?
I was your Uber driver 3 months ago. Why are you calling me? Not that you're an Uber driver. It's just a reference.
Well, but technically, never mind.
Never mind. And
So-
it's awkwardly silent. Are you
I
medicated?
was just
Tyler?
assuming you were gonna lead into more WWE shit.
Who?
Oh.
Me? Him?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, or JD.
Why would
Yeah,
we
you guys
listen
haven't-
to W? We're talking about AEW.
You're the
bro.
captain, bro.
Let's say
Yeah,
you
I
guys
I know, but I
haven't
figured y'all were
near
gonna
enough Roman Reigns
force
yet.
in talking about bad wrestling shows.
I'm
You're
talking
the
about
captain.
fucking Collision right now.
Yeah, but we've talked about Collision now.
We didn't talk about MJF and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
and-
did.
have
You were
to.
you were pretty
We
late.
did.
You were
Oh
late.
well, fuck you guys. It was a good match.
I mean, it was a
well
good
as
match. There was towards the end, they definitely got me biting, and I thought they were actually gonna win the belts.
Yeah, I definitely had that moment.
I love that they call for the double clothesline every fucking time that they're about to do it, and then they fail miserably.
It's so funny.
I will have to say though, like where he was like at the end when MJF's like, "Man, I'm gonna turn on him," and Adam Cole's like, "Do what you gotta do. I'm gonna stand here."
No, that was a beautiful fucking finish. 10 out of 10 television with the ending segment, which I more than agree with because they hit lightning in a bottle with that pairing and they need to milk that shit for a while.
So I know you don't want to talk about it, JD, so you can mute your mic, but I have a question for the rest of everybody. And JD, you can just jump in if you'd like. But do you guys think that the Wembley show is going to be main evented by MJF and Punk, title versus title?
No,
No.
I think they're saving that for All Out because it's in Chicago.
Yes.
Goddamn, do they just run Chicago like every other fucking week?
So
Basically.
here's my problem with All In and All Out. Why have they not announced any fucking matches?
Darby Allin versus fucking what's his face?
One
Luchasaurus.
fucking match.
Yes.
And
For
what's that
Christian
for All In
Cage's
or All Out?
fucking TNT title.
Is that for All In or All Out?
All Out.
Okay, so they have the
That's-
biggest show of their entire history coming up. All In Part 2. Why have they not announced a single match for that card?
I don't know.
Man.
They're trying to sell it on the strength of the name alone without having any matches announced, and they've stalled out in ticket sales. What the fuck are they doing?
Oh, because they know, like, they've already gotten that far without anything, and now they know there's no rush to let's hurry up and announce these matches to sell the tickets because they already know once they announce the first match, that'll clear the rest of the tickets that are remaining.
Well, if that first match they announce is Jericho versus Ospreay, they're not selling shit.
Because nobody gives a fuck about Jericho. And I love Chris Jericho, but nobody fucking cares.
I think you underestimate how much that stadium will pop for Jericho. I don't think that's the right choice, but I think it will pop them. But
Okay,
I
but
don't
you can
know.
put him in a match with anybody else and still get them pop for him.
Zack Sabre Jr.
That is not the match that Will Ospreay needs to be working. There are
Here's
a
the
lot better
thing
people for him to
about
work
Jericho.
No, another Saber Osprey in that stadium, that would kind of be like that to me would be the series finale of the 2010s indie boom in Europe. of like, look at what y'all built. Y'all are in fucking
I'm sorry
Wembley now.
though. Like Jericho versus Osprey, I think it's not going to be very good.
I would rather watch Kenny Omega and Osprey than Jericho and Osprey. That's just me.
Because look at my point exactly. Look at the match between Jericho and Omega. It hyped it up, and it was the drizzling shit.
Yeah.
Which one?
Welcome to a Kenny Omega match.
Jericho versus Omega.
At Wrestle Kingdom?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that was a decent match.
Eh.
That was a pretty good match.
If your expectations were fucking low, yeah, it was a good fucking match.
My expectations were just, that's wild. Here's Chris Jericho going to New Japan. Didn't think I'd see that one coming.
Fat. He was fat.
He's fat.
But I don't know. I'm just patiently waiting because I think that they're at a point where I feel like a lot of storylines are coming up on pivot points. Because I'm assuming we're gonna be getting Takeshita and Omega at one of the two pay-per-views in a singles. I'm very much doubting if. I think we'll get that at either probably All In, and then at All Out, I think we'll get Golden Lovers versus Takeshita and Jericho in a tag.
Think Ibushi will be actually ready for this one?
What do you mean? He was cooking in the cage.
He was not Kota Ibushi in that match.
Yeah, but it was also the least Kota Ibushi match for him to be able to do that shit. There's too many bodies in the ring for him to do anything.
So that's fair, but I also think they should have picked a better spot to debut him in.
No, I think that was a good spot. It's just a matter of, is he actually sticking around, or is this just a one-time deal?
Okay, that's fair too.
He's had a very sporadic schedule, and his next match that's announced isn't until, I can't even remember when, but he's going back to Japan and gonna wrestle for Glate.
So he's completely done with New Japan altogether. Is that correct?
I don't know. I mean, New Japan and Glate work fairly close together. Like, they have no problem letting their guys pop over there from time to time. And they'll occasionally bring, like, they brought over El Lindemann for Best of the Super Juniors when he had the G-Rex belt and made him look strong as fuck.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Gaijin a Go-Go.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Touching on the wrong territory now.
But I don't know. I would like Ibushi to stick around, but I don't think he will sign a deal. I think he'll just pop up here and there.
But he's the master of those performance gigs, like just going wherever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, I mean, he worked the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, I was about to say.
How long did it take for him to actually end up signing a deal with New Japan?
Oh, years.
Yeah, it was a while.
It took a while, yeah.
He was doing shit for them before he ever signed.
Exactly. He had already been the ace of their junior division and then moved up to heavyweight before ever getting actually caving in and signing a deal. And then once he got the deal, won world titles, and then said, bye, I hate you.
Yeah, he signed with New Japan shortly after the Cruiserweight Classic because the Fed tried to sign him, and he's like, nah.
Yeah, I think they wanted Kota Ibushi to actually win the whole shebang.
That was the plan until he wouldn't sign.
And he wouldn't, so their backup was Sabre, and Sabre wouldn't.
He wouldn't sign.
Yeah, he wouldn't
sign. TJP.
Yeah, Poopy Pants
when Mascara Dorada was right fucking there.
I agree.
Literally one of the greatest luchadors of all fucking time. By far could wrestle circles around anyone else that they did end up signing from the Cruiserweight tournament.
Excuse me, he's not working circles around Zack Sabre Jr. I'm sorry, he's not doing it.
They signed from that tournament.
So, Will, you got anything else to talk about, or should we go to MVPs?
My final nugget of knowledge for everyone is to go watch some DDT Pro. Here's some more Gaijin a Go-Go. We
No.
have our world champion, Chris Brooks.
Yeah. Your friend and mine.
I don't
Which
even
leads
know
us
who that is.
into the most magical segment of the week. Children from around the world gather round. It's time to bask in the splendor of MVPs of the week. Tyler, who's your MVP of the week?
My MVP of the week. Shit, I didn't really watch any wrestling, but I'm gonna go to the obvious. Jay Uso.
That is okay.
I told you I'm not watching, but I'm
Hallmark Channel acting ass.
I'm not an honest person this
That's
week.
not. That is not a fucking Hallmark. That's like Lifetime, bro. That's like Tubi acting. He is a Tubi actor.
Oh, man.
No, I'll give him a step up. He's made it out of Tubi, but he's definitely Hallmark and Lifetime Channel.
Yeah, that's legitimately.
But I will say he's earned the spot. Jay Uso now gets to be the lead that steals his high school sweetheart back from her evil boyfriend or husband.
Before or after
when
he
she
gets
comes
caught for
back to
DUI.
town for Christmas.
Oh gosh.
Can I go?
Sure.
Yay.
Who's your
Mine is
MVP of the week?
Mine is Michael Cole for the line. Look, it's Austin Theory with all his friends.
All right.
He was in an empty press box.
That had popcorn and drinks behind him, which was even more hilarious.
It was hilarious. Michael Cole is a gem.
Shane?
My MVP of the week is Daddy Shamoe Joey.
He
For,
did have a pretty big week.
He did.
Going from defending his belt, he's got a TV show where he's a lead supporting character, and now having that fun little match with Gravity.
I really hope that it leads to some more acting stuff. I like to see people that I are in my orbit do good things, and I hope there's a lot more on the way. I'm sure I'll be watching.
I changed my MVP.
Wow. Okay.
Did you watch some wrestling while we were saying ours?
Yes.
Not only did I watch some wrestling, I watched Jake Murphy defend his RCW championship.
Oh.
Now it's War
Wow,
Paint.
you defended it that fast?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's quicker than a virgin.
He's my secondary MVP of the week. Not because he wrestled, because he took my advice and has a nice background now that's lit and all this stuff. I suggested that he do that. It looks more professional. Will, I have to commend you two. You're MVP. Got a nice little background with that Garfield vintage plushie that's there.
And I got some Spawn figures below it, also vintage.
Yeah, but you ain't got a fucking Suspiria movie poster.
No.
That's Katie's. I can't take credit for that.
Will, we got to get you some posters or something to put in the background there.
I have posters, I just haven't hung them up yet. But my MVP of the week, I'm gonna have to give it to. It's a
Dolph
two-way tie. MVP number 1 is Yoda Tsuji. That man's tearing it up in G1, showing the fuck out. He's ready to dominate New Japan and run the whole fucking company. And MVP of the week number 2 is Gabriel Kidd. I think he should be the leader of Bullet Club.
I do like Gabriel Kidd.
I don't think it should be David. Gabe has shown out as a perfect, like, top shithead. Because
I do have to say something that we didn't say that I thought was hilarious because we didn't really touch on the trios match. But after Bullet Club Gold won, they had that cutout of Jay White in the ring with them.
Yes, that was so fucking good.
I thought you were
I-
just gonna name drop El Phantasmo, Shane. That's all.
Oh no!
No,
I
he
gotta do
finally
it.
got his first win. He's not a dork
Fuck
anymore.
yeah! There we go.
Even
Good
though
job,
he
El
literally
Phantasmo.
just got dog walked by Kenta for a while, then the match actually started, got dog walked some more, and then hit a roll up.
That's what I expect. I got to get an El Phantasmo shirt. I do have my Brad Cash shirt because I know that he's
They
on
do
my
wrestle very
roster.
similar.
He's on my roster, and I know we're doing our shows later, so got to support my talent.
There you go.
Big match for him at Ram Ranch Wrestling.
But those are my MVPs of the week, with runner up being the one to keep an eye on, but I don't think he quite hit MVP status, is Alex Coughlin. That kid needs some more pressure put on him, and he will become a diamond because he's a freak of nature in the ring. It's very obviously his first G1 and he's figuring things out. But Jayke,
Well, I have two and an honorable mention. Honorable mention goes to Ben Thrasher for that impromptu shoot promo he put in that group chat that he made up just for us.
Nah.
Popping everybody. Thank you, Benjamin. We needed that laugh.
Yes, young Benjamin.
MVP number 2, second place would be the cast and crew over at RCW for their anniversary show last night. Every match delivered, good show, packing the place out. There was 100 plus in there.
Heard you guys had some new champions.
Yeah, every title changed hands except for the important one, mine.
Nice.
Hence
And-
why Jake is my MVP. That's why.
Thank you.
And more paint.
And I was gonna say my number 1 MVP of the week is going to Katie for having to deal with keeping me painted and fucking. She kept putting the sealer on it so it wouldn't come off, and we had a time. That was
I would say that fucking humid fucking Georgia summer heat did not help your paint at all.
It did not.
Plus, you were in a fucking tin can for a fucking dressing room.
As Maine was starting, like I stood outside until my cue and my music started because I was afraid I'd sweat the shit off before I got out there.
And I'd say once you got out there, it probably lasted all of fucking 3 minutes.
Yeah, probably. The most part that was left on me was the big wide eye on the one side. And somebody was
You
like,
only
how do you
needed-
go out there and get the opposite of a black eye? And I was like,
You only needed it for the picture.
yeah. And for the entrance, that's all it was for.
Yeah. I'm happy that they celebrated their 18th. I'm really glad to see. Like I said, I like people in my orbit to do well, especially you guys too, all of you. But Ben and his booking and Tyler, and everybody working their ass off down there. Really, I'm glad for you guys.
C1 drew 100 people, 100 plus last night too. So
At 110.
Well,
There he
did
is.
Tank kill that kid?
that's my headcanon.
so
Okay.
no.
I don't think he
Right.
did, but like in my head, that's the version of events that happened.
Okay.
Well, children, boys and girls of the world, of all ages, from, what do they say in that Christmas song?
They say fuck off. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
Jayke,
Fuck
what
off,
did they do?
kids.
What do
Fuck
they
off.
need to do? Fuck off.